you've been here since the very beginning.
Yes, since first season, so it's been a blessing for all of us.
Yeah, and you are a carpenter extraordinaire by trade, so you know what you're doing, but even though you have some pink, you want to have girly girl look even though you're doing it.
Yeah, you know, I'm in a guy's world, so I thought, you know, best way to stand out in a man's world is, you know, pick the color that's most opposite of guys, which happens to be pink.
So tell me how this project might be different. I mean, for us who live in Los Angeles, this is a heartfelt story because, I mean, obviously it's made the news headlines. This woman, police officer, paralyzed. What are you up against as far as the remodel goes?
Well, it's a little bit different. You know, a lot of these towns that we go to, you know, will be in the middle of Wisconsin or Idaho. You have all this land, and right now, I mean, we've got 10 feet in between each house. So a lot of the big equipment that we usually use, it's a little more difficult to get in here. So I think that's kind of had a snowball effect and made us a little bit more behind. But you know, Cornerstone is great, and they're working so hard. And all these guys, I mean, heart's in the right place because some of them are so tired, and they're working through the night to make sure this gets done.
And yeah, well, you mentioned being delayed. I mean, anybody who you know, does any kind of remodel, that is like the middle word. You're going to have delays.
Yeah.
That's how it's expected. So you guys continually make this all come together in 7 days, regardless of the weather and any other unforeseen thing.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
Well, we're trying. I mean, we're in our 4th season now. We've got it pretty much dialed down. So it's very actually concerning to us when we do see a project that goes behind, because lately we've just been, I mean, they've been so smooth and so great that, you know, it hasn't really been an issue. But this one is a little bit.
So what are you going to do to make this house more wheelchair accessible? Because that's one of the needs for Kristina.
Well, you know, what they had before was this tiny little house with small doorways, and it's just not good for someone in a wheelchair. And even the kitchen, she couldn't open the oven and the refrigerator. She couldn't open either one of them with a wheelchair. So we're just thinking bigger, you know, bigger doorways, hallways, you know, things that you and I probably take for granted every single day. But, you know, an oven that can go all the way down and room for a wheelchair. So it's things you don't think about normally, but, you know, when we have a situation like this, we need to think of everything. And then we're also putting some other fun things in there that are surprises.
But how do you get an inside look into the personality of what they want as far as their home decor choices? I mean, you have, I know, a basic idea, but where do you get your ideas for your secrets?
We ask them. You know, we get a day with them the day that we surprise the family, and, you know, a lot of on-camera stuff, a lot of off-camera stuff, and we just say, you know, like, what would you like? And you know, you almost expect after seeing our show for a while that people would say, like, oh, I want a plasma TV, or I want this, or I want that. But, you know, they want simple things, that they just want a house that works for them. And then we ask them what they like. You know, Kristina loves natural stuff. She was always out, you know, surfing or hiking or doing any of that kind of stuff. She loves outdoor stuff. So we try to take into consideration her personality and their personalities when we do the house. So it's in there. It's lodged in the back of our brains.
I'm feeling some raindrops. There's a couple. I just felt like a little drizzle, but if it happens, you'll just keep going.
Well, you know, if there's a drought in any town, they should call us, because we bring the rain with us. You know, no matter where we go, it'll be like Arizona in the middle of summer, and they'll be like, oh, it never rains here, but it'll rain on us. So, yeah, you know, it's still a little, you know, little touch and go right now. If it pours, it's going to set us behind. So, you know, you think you're in Southern California, and, you know, forecast, what is it usually? Sunny. You know, so it could throw us off a little, but hopefully, you know, it won't be too bad. Once we get a roof on this place, then it can rain all at once.
And you still cry when it's all said and done, right?
Oh my gosh, I've already been crying today. You know, it's like things just grip you, and plus you're tired, you know, so that probably, everything will make you cry when you're tired. But these families they're so amazing. You know, they've gone through so much, and, you know, like, you'll be just complaining about things that are happening in your life, and then you meet someone like
kind of
Kristina.
stupid for
Yeah, and you're like, oh my gosh, okay, I can walk. You know, I have, you know, a family, and it puts things into perspective for you. So.
And let's talk about you. You got a couple of great things going on, the book and the Tough Chicks. Tell us how we get the stuff.
Well, the Tough Chicks I started because I couldn't find anything in the construction world that would fit me, and you know, gloves, tool belts, boots. So. Found out that there's a lot of women out there who need stuff like this. So, started Tough Chicks, and it's right now, I'm just pitching it to different stores, so, I mean, keep your fingers crossed of where it's going to end up. But the book will be out November 28th, and it's Tough Chicks Guide to Easy Home Improvement, and that is just a guide to help women fix up things around their house, women and men. But it's mainly geared for women.
Because girls rock.
Exactly. You know, we're fixing stuff anyway around the house. So, but this is kind of a guide that shows you you could do it yourself, or how much it would be to hire someone to do it for you. So you make the choice yourself. It's all about knowledge.